Hello everybody, my name is Philip Blake from the Phil Blake Moss channel, and I got something to tell you guys. It snowed last night in Round Rock, yeah, but right now the snow is melted away. But that's not what we're going to talk about. No, today I'm going to be ranking my list of Thomas and Friends movies, like number 13 being my least favorite, 12 through 10 being my good ones, 9 through 6 being my great movies, 5 through 2 being awesome, and number 1 being my favorite of all time. So, we're going to start at my 13 being my least favorite Thomas movie of all time, and it is Day of the Diesels. Now, this movie, it's okay. It's not one of Hit Entertainment's best Thomas movies, and well, this film, when I first saw this movie, I was like, why are we paying attention to Percy? Why couldn't Thomas and Percy both be protagonists of this film? And, well, there was a few things I liked. I liked the characters that were introduced in this film. Flynn, Belle, Den, Dart, Paxton, Sydney, and Norman. They're pretty good. And Diesel 10 is in CGI. Well, he made a returning in CGI in Misty Rescue in the epilogue. Yeah. But there's not that much to describe about Day of the Diesels. Like I said, it's not one of Hit Entertainment's best films. Yeah. Sorry. Now, coming up to my number 12 is Calling All Engines. And now, I don't have the DVD or the VHS case. I'm going to just show you the characters that were in the movie. Now, Calling All Engines, I think, in my opinion, the story plot is pretty good. And there was some great songs I liked and enjoyed. And I liked how Lady and Diesel 10 were actually in the movie. Yeah. And people were complaining about Diesel 10 and all that stuff. But I don't care what they say. I think this movie is pretty good. And I think Lady and Diesel 10 made a comeback in Calling All Engines is pretty good. Yeah. So, coming up to my number 11. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Right now we're on my 12 through 10 being my good Thomas movies. So on my number 11 is Misty Rescue. This movie, it's pretty enjoyable, and I like the story plot is pretty good, and the intro, the score was pretty awesome, and the story plot was like Thomas heading out to the mainland, but then he gets lost at sea, and he ends up in Misty Rescue. No, sorry, he ends up in Misty Island, and Thomas has to find his way home. He gets help from the logging locos, Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand, and a lot of people said that the logging locos are pretty annoying, but I think they're pretty cool characters. Yeah. I mean, the story plot was pretty awesome, and at the end there was this song that was pretty good and amazing. So that's the best way I could describe this movie. Now, moving on to my number 10 is King of the Railway. Yeah, this movie, it's pretty enjoyable and definitely a great film to watch. And when I saw this movie, I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is a movie I could watch over and over again. Yeah. Well, that was back then when this was like popular in 2013. But anyways, yeah. Well, this movie is pretty awesome. The story plot is good. Lots of characters that were introduced, like Stephen, Millie, Connor, Caitlin, Sir Robert Norby, Earl of Sodor. That's this guy right here. So, yeah. And the songs, like, in this movie were pretty good. There was, like, 3 songs, like Working Together, Searching Everywhere, and It's Gonna Be a Great Day. Yeah. But anyways, this movie, it's fantastic and had some new CGI animation, and this was Mark Morgan's first Thomas movie ever to narrate this movie. Yeah, such a great one. So, now moving on to my number 9 through 6 being my great movies. Number 9, Tale of the Brave. Yeah, this movie, I can describe it's fantastic and it's exciting, and or it had some excitement in there, I should say. And Thomas and Percy are both main characters. Thank you, Hit Entertainment. That's the part I want, is both Thomas and Percy both being main characters. So, this film, it's really great, and when I saw the Wikipedia about James being like the antagonist of this film, I was like, what? But I mean, well, he did give Percy a fright, and he was teasing Percy about being a scaredy engine and all. But yeah, so yeah, the story plot is like Thomas finding like a footprint of a dinosaur and of a fossil. Yeah. And Percy being scared, but Gator teaches him about being brave and about facing his fears and all that stuff. Yeah, this film, it's really, really good and pretty entertaining too. Now, moving on to my number 8 is Blue Mountain Mystery. Yeah. Well, this film, it's really good. When I first saw this movie, I was like, yes, this is way better than Day of the Diesels. Yeah. And they actually brought 5 narrow gauge engines that returned to the CGI. Skarloey, Renee, Sirhandle, Peter, Sam, and Rusty. Those were the returning characters in this movie. Yeah. And, yeah. And there was lots of great characters that were introduced, like Owen, Merrick, Luke, and Winston. Those are great characters. And this movie, when I first saw this movie, I was like, wow, this is a movie I could watch over and over and over again. Yeah. Well, I mean, not like 1,000 times, but maybe around 5 or 6 times. But yeah, this is a great movie, especially a good one to own on Blu-ray. Definitely one of the best Hit Entertainment movies. Now, coming on to my number 7. Yeah, this is Hero of the Rails. This is the very first Thomas CGI movie that Hit Entertainment that made. But yeah, this film, it's really awesome, and the engines like speaking their own voices. Yeah, if you know what I mean, like Thomas at the back, it's like hear Thomas speak in his own voice for the very first time. But anyways, yeah, this film, it's really great. It's really amazing. When I first saw this movie, or saw one of the trailers, I was like, wow, we're getting to CGI there. Aren't we, Hit Entertainment? But yeah, this film, it's a great film. It's definitely fantastic, and it's a great movie to own on DVD. So, on to my number 6. This is The Great Race. Now, I heard like a lot of people don't like this one, but I do. It's a really great film. I enjoyed it as much as the other ones. Yeah. Well, it's not as good as my number 1, but still pretty good. Yeah, great movie to watch. And this film, the story plot is pretty awesome, and it's a musical, and all the songs, they were pretty good. Yeah. And like the characters actually singing this song, it's fantastic. Yeah. And there was like not 1, not 2, not 3, but 12 new characters, like international characters like Ashima, Vinny, Axel, a lot of characters that were in this movie. They're all fantastic. And Flying Scotsman made a returning in this movie, yeah, which was pretty awesome. When I first heard about Flying Scotsman made a returning, I was like, yes, and all that stuff. But yeah, and I liked how Gordon became a streamlined engine for The Great Race, and it's fantastic. Now, moving on to my number 5 and number 2 being my awesome films. Here we have Thomas and Friends' Journey Beyond Sodor. Yeah, this film, it's really good, and there was like 5 new characters in this film. And this movie, it's really good and very entertaining and had some excitement. And in the UK, Rob Rackstraw does James in both US and UK, which is pretty awesome and pretty cool. Yeah. And it's kind of another one of those musical movies, which is pretty cool. And this film, it's such a work of art, and they should have done a Blu-ray of this movie. But anyways, yeah. The other thing I could say, it's really good, really funny, and pretty amazing to watch. And I'm kind of surprised that the characters, they were like bouncing just like some other vehicle characters like Bob the Builder, Cars, Chuggington. Like, if you've seen those movies and shows, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah. This is definitely a great movie. And it's made by Mattel Creations. Now, coming up to my number 4, it is The Great Discovery. Now, this movie, it's really great, and the whole story plot is awesome, and Pierce Brosnan does an amazing job of narrating this movie, and the songs in it were pretty fantastic, and the new character, the character that was introduced in this film was like one character, Stanley, right here. And this is a great film to watch, and when I saw this movie, I was like, wow, I could watch it over and over again. It's just like any other movies. Like, every year I was like, oh, I want to watch it over and over again. But anyways, this film is really great and pretty entertaining. Now, moving on to my number 3 is The Adventure Begins. This film, it's amazing, and it had the same story plot as the Railway series books and the very first 7 episodes from season 1, which is pretty cool. It's like a CGI version of series 1, but in a movie, yeah, which is pretty cool. And this film, it's fantastic, and Thomas, back then he was green, now he's blue. James used to be black, but he's now red. And this film is really good, and Joseph May playing Thomas, and James played by Rob Rackstraw. Good job. Yeah, fantastic job. Yeah. So moving on to my number 2 is Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Now, this film, it's fantastic, you guys. Definitely one of the greatest Thomas movies to watch. And this film, it's fantastic. And these characters, Bert, Mike, and Rex, that were actually in a Thomas movie or in a Thomas TV show, it was awesome. So thank you. Yeah, there was lots of like new characters, Ryan, Sailor John, and Skiff. They were pretty amazing characters, and the story plot is just mwah. Yeah, definitely a great movie to watch. Now, coming up to my number 1 favorite Thomas movie of all time. Now, some of you may guess it, but if you haven't, it is Thomas and the Magic Railroad. This is the movie I grew up with, and this film, it's fantastic, it's exciting, and the whole story plot was amazing, you guys. Yep. And Alec Baldwin playing as Mr. Conductor, he does a great job. And now, some people, like, in the UK, like, even though this is like a mashup of like the Thomas and Thomas TV show and the American spin-off Shine Time Station, the people in the UK don't even know what Shine Time Station is. They haven't even seen it. But I think this is cool, and this film is just amazing. Definitely one of the best Thomas movies. And the soundtrack is pretty amazing, and the live action stuff's pretty awesome, and I cannot say that it's animated. Well, it's like live action, like model trains and all that stuff. But yeah, anyways, this is a great film to watch over and over again. It's not a single thing wrong with this movie. It's amazing. I'm kind of sad that Edward's not in this movie, but still, pretty amazing. So that's been my ranking Thomas movies. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment and tell me your opinions of these Thomas movies. Like, rank them like from 13 to number 1. See you all next time. Bye.